Alright, so imagine this. You plan on going to McDonald's. You want to grab some overpriced chicken nuggets, and let's just say some fries. Whatever, the basic stuff. And this definitely isn't the first time you went to McDonald's either. Let's just say you've probably seen some questionable things. For example, a bald Ronald McDonald staring at you while you're about to enter. Definitely creepy, but maybe not the worst thing ever. After you eat, you make a quick stop at the restroom to only be disturbed by this. Alright, well this sucks. You can't even do your business in peace. So you decide to leave and unexpectedly, you see this outside in the parking lot. This image is known as the McDonald's Crucifixion. The picture shows three men mimicking Jesus Christ's crucifixion outside of McDonald's restaurant in Flatwoods, West Virginia. This photo would be captured by Jeff Young on March 30th, 2018, to which originally it was uploaded onto this Facebook account with the caption stating, "Happy Easter from West by God, Virginia." Unfortunately, that's pretty much all I could come up with this image. The three men in the photo were never identified and no other information has been found. Okay, so what is this creature, I should say? Well, you're actually looking at something that's pretty well known in the cryptid community that goes by the name the Fresno Nightcrawler. It was given a name after its first sighting in Fresno, California back in the early 2000s. A Fresno resident named Jose spotted the creature on his surveillance camera after he heard his dogs barking at the front lawn. Due to curiosity, Jose looked over the CCTV footage and even woke his brother up to rewatch it. His brother then went outside to go see what's up, and even though he didn't see the creature, he claimed to see a ton of small tracks in the nearby area. Investigators were called to their house, but surprisingly when they arrived on scene, all the footage from the CCTV camera was lost. As of today, the only remaining footage is from this grainy video recorded from the monitor. There have been many sightings in different parts of the world. For example, the second recorded sighting was at the Yosemite National Park, which once again was taken from a security camera. However, the main difference between the first sighting and this one was that there were two creatures. One of them was comparably smaller than the other, and both of the creature's feet could be seen this time. Looking at the larger crawler, there seems to be some sort of webbing connected from the knees to the upper body, which hasn't been seen on any other creature. Now let's get things straight. There have been many false cases of cryptid sightings in the past, and with that, the Fresno Nightcrawler isn't an exception. Other sightings of the Fresno Crawler have been seen in Billings, Montana, and even in Poland, but as previously stated, these are unconfirmed to be real or not. It's even been explained that this specific cryptid is probably one of the easier ones to be faked, since many have said that it looks like a white pair of pants. Just to show how easy it is to pull a fake, a creator named Captain Disillusion emulated his own version of the creature by walking down an alleyway with a melon, and after some special effects, he removed the top of his body, and as you can see, they're pretty similar. Let me know what you guys think about this. Also, to those who are interested in like cryptid creatures and are involved in the community, let me know what your favorite cryptid is in the comments down below. Before we go any further and talk about the internet's most mysterious images, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. If you're unaware, Surfshark is an app and browser extension that allows you to virtually travel the world on your device with the tap of your finger. With Surfshark, you're able to connect to popular websites such as Amazon or AliExpress, even if they're blocked in your home country or you're simply just traveling. On the topic of traveling, if you're going to another country that doesn't have a particular show or movie that's available in your home country, Surfshark VPN allows you to connect back to your country and not miss out on your home comfort. What's also important about this is your online safety, and fortunately, Surfshark has your back. If you're constantly shopping online or looking for the best deals, as I tend to do, Surfshark doesn't allow websites to show prices based on your location or device, which just means that you can get the best possible deals, even if you're consistently sending or receiving files online that include sensitive information. There's no need to worry, since having a VPN keeps your location and download history private by encrypting all internet traffic. If you don't feel protected enough, Surfshark has a security combo that includes an antivirus and an alert system, which are both used to protect your personal data, detect any possible breaches, scan your devices so that they're virus-free, and most importantly, ensure that you get real-time protection. As always, one subscription is all that is needed to secure all your devices. You can even share one account with your friends and family and pay less than a piece of gum for secure and private online life. Now if this all seems great, you can go ahead and secure your privacy by Surfshark by entering coupon code GUBBY for an extra 3 months free by using this link. If you're still hesitant, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so honestly, there's pretty much no risk to this. Once again, if this interests you, you can use code GUBBY for an extra 3 months free by using this link. I'll leave all the information on the screen, but if it's easier, you can check it out in the description. And I hope you guys can surf the web safely from anywhere by using Surfshark. Now I have talked about this subject before, but I kind of want to be more clear in my explanation, so I'm just gonna redo it. This specific image shows a girl taking a picture of some unknown man. Well, that's at least what it looks like from an outsider's perspective. The man in the picture is actually known as the Catman of Greenock and is very popular. His whole persona is a mystery and there's very little known about his origins. But for the sake of this video, I'll talk about the most common theory. The legend goes that many children would see a man covered in what seems to be like coal and has bright yellow eyes. For the most part, he would be seen at night just scavenging around the area looking for food, going through the bushes, going through dumpsters, literally everything. He was just locally known in the area. He has also only been seen crawling and never on his own 2 feet, so with him crawling around the area and scavenging through dumpsters and all that, people eventually gave him the name of the Catman. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, this sounds outrageous, Gubby, what are you talking about? And that's what many people thought too around the area. They didn't believe it, they just thought all these kids had a wild imagination, you know. But unexpectedly, a video was posted onto YouTube that actually showed him.
Am I meeting you soon? Picture that. I can see that.
Watching the video, it just seemed like he was harmless and even the original uploader had to chime in.
I can't believe how much attention my video is getting. This is old footage from 2006 or 7. I really hope he has gotten the support he needs now. He is a very famous and legendary resident here. He always appeared happy enough in himself, and his situation was very harmless. I'm not sure what became of him. There haven't been too many recent sightings.
Now after the video was seen by many, the theories started to ramble in. One of the more popular theories is that the Catman was once a Russian sailor who got stranded in Scotland during the 1970s due to poor mental health and fighting with other crew members. Without family, money, or even a home, he would be stranded on the streets. There were even theories speculating on why he couldn't stand up straight and why he only crawled. So from what I remember, people were saying that he either got into a mob fight while he was in the war, or there was a time where he actually got beat up by a group of kids because he tried to scare them. Once again, these are all theories, so who actually knows what's right or wrong? Originally, I showed you guys this image, but after doing more research, so many other pictures were found. Apparently to everyone who's interacted with him, they have said that despite him being a strange man, he is completely harmless. It's been noted that he can't speak and instead he'll just do like simple gestures. And what I find to be wholesome is that so many of the people who have met him are extremely kind to him and will even give him food because they just know that he's in a bad situation. But despite all of this, many people still believe it's an act. It's been observed that he'll stay in one general location and then maybe after a couple weeks or months he'll then switch locations and then go back to the original location. In which during that time it's believed that when he's gone, he just returns back to his normal life. Also, what many find strange is that he physically resisted medical treatment or being taken to any kind of shelter. And this once again ties back to him just faking this. The last recorded sighting of him was in the summer of 2017. And unfortunately, I can't really say too much about it just because, well, there hasn't been any updates. There is a Facebook community talking about him, but that hasn't been active since 2020. So with this, it just leaves many to question where he went. In the world of the SCP Foundation, many anomalies have caught my attention over the years. Some of these include SCP-096, SCP-173, and SCP-07B, but none of these can be compared to what I believe to be the most disturbing one. This is SCP-1875, or at least that's what it looks like now. There are two variations of the image, with this one being the original. This was later changed to another image in 2020 due to copyright reasons, and was taken off the SCP wiki. There have been many claims online that there were other versions, which actually fooled many. On this Reddit post, a user showcased 3 different variations, with the third one supposedly being the source image for this one. But this was later disproved. As stated by the user, the third image was actually artwork and was even posted on the same subreddit just shortly before the original claim. There's even another post that claims to have 4 variations this time, with the same 3 as mentioned before, but this time, the 4th picture includes an unknown man who has his mouth and eyes covered. There wasn't that much information surrounding who the unidentified man was, to which many have suggested that it could be Johnny Sins, and if you don't know who that is, he's an established teacher and doctor. But with that out of the way, it can be assumed that the 4th picture has nothing to relate with SCP-1875. Going back to the original image, it still leaves us with the question, where did it come from? A quick look at the Reddit post reveals some of the answer. A user named Jackal Related explains the creation in multiple parts.
The old image looked like a family taken on a roller coaster. This one looks like a family selfie.
The funny thing is that this is actually from a photo taken on a roller coaster.
I just want to know how it was made, and is it just me or is the image different?
It's a highly edited image of 2 females on a roller coaster with a ton of blurs, level adjustments, and color mixing. Source, I made it. So Jackal did confirm that they were the ones that made it, but the original image was never shown. So because of this, I decided to message Jackal in hopes that I would get some sort of a response. This was a bit of a long shot however, as Jackal hasn't made any comments or posts on their Reddit account for over a year now. At this point, I was thinking to myself, yeah, I'm never gonna get a response. But literally 20 minutes later, after I messaged Jackal, I got a response.
I do have the original source image actually. You can find it at this link here. I'm glad that people are still interested in that image. That being said, I only made the replacement image that was uploaded in May of 2020. I think the original image in 1875 is undoubtedly scarier, and my recreations is somewhat middling. But that being said, some readers still find it spooky, so I'm happy it's not too bad.
This was the image that Jackal sent me. It's honestly incredible how a seemingly innocent picture can be turned into a nightmarish feel type of image with the help of editing. Of course, I want to thank Jackal Related for basically responding almost immediately and for giving more information on the pic. Also, I want to give a huge thanks to one of my supporters, the Psyched Guy, who suggested the image. It brought back a ton of memories since I actually forgot about this image. So the Psyched Guy, if you're watching this, I just want to thank you so much for being part of this community. As shown, the image depicts what seems to be a room, or what I originally thought was an attic filled with a ton of dolls. The image garnered a ton of attention on Reddit, with many assuming that it was some sort of a ritual caught on camera, but then reality kicked in and I stumbled upon this comment.
I've seen this in real life. It's in a restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona, right next to the bathrooms.
And this person even sent a link that showed a different perspective of the dolls, with of course saying that it was from a restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona. After hearing about all of that, it didn't take long for me to find the name of it. The bar goes by the name Hanny's Bar, and as stated before, the doll room is located in the bar's basement. For a bit of history, the restaurant and bar was originally a department store when it opened on November 21st, 1947. By 1986, the store had been closed down. The city had owned it and the city's fire department used it for training for numerous years. The current owner of the store, Carl Kopp, acquired the store in 2005 and spent 3 years renovating it, to which it reopened in 2008. Looking at some of the different floors, the bar has a unique style to it. Besides the dolls, there's a mannequin in a glass case that's fully covered in beads and has antlers on the top of their head. There are even 6 dolls surrounding the mannequin, to which many have said that this is a preview on what's to come, since the staircase that leads to the basement is right behind this mannequin. In a Valley 101 podcast, it was explained that the number of dolls in the basement usually fluctuates between 12 to 15. In front of the dolls, there's a table that has a collection of pennies. According to the owners, they weren't the one that put the coins there. It was explained that for some reason, customers would frequently toss coins onto the table, which has actually caused damage to some of the dolls since they're made out of porcelain. In this case, you can see that the dolls are missing some of their fingers due to the damage. But with that out of the way, I still haven't explained where the dolls even came from. Rainey Crump, who's the vice president of Hanny's, explained that they weren't originally at the bar when it first reopened. She elaborated by saying this.
I feel like we were here for about a year before it went in, because my dad would have to see the place and let it wear on him to know what kind of installation he would want and where. So I feel like it was probably about a year before the dolls first appeared, but they weren't meant to stay.
She later explained that it was her dad's idea for putting the dolls in the basement. She wasn't quite sure why he did this in the first place, but with the help of his assistants, he was able to obtain the dolls through Craigslist and eBay. I was even looking at their Instagram page, and this specific video was funny to me because it shows off the place and people having a good time, you know, showing off the foods and drinks. And then a couple times during the clip, it cuts off to these dolls, and without context, it just seems off, but since you guys know now, it ain't all too bad. I know I've said this probably a couple times during the video, but this one is definitely a nostalgic trip for me. I don't necessarily have a proper name for this image, so I just came up with the name Creepy Face Mashup. And so I asked you guys who have seen it, what did you call this image? A Reddit post was made on this particular image on the r/internet mysteries subreddit. One user explained how they remember the image being a common profile pic in online forums back in the early 2000s, and even stating that it could be from a website known as uglypeople.com. Another person stated that it was on a troll website that supposedly could guess how you look. You had to do a quiz, and no matter what answers you put, the same image would always pop up at the end. Others said that their first memory with the image was in a YouTube video titled Shifty5. But luckily, it didn't take that long for me to find some answers. A user named Majora claimed that the image was from an old software where you could add different features to a face. The software was later identified to be Kai's Power Goo, which was developed by Kai Kraus in 1996. In this YouTube video going over the program, a picture is shown that looks identical to the original image. The pigtails, facial structure, even the earrings are the same. The only obvious problems are that the eyes, mouth, and facial hair aren't adding up. It was almost like another image had to be involved, and maybe this time, it was a mashup between a human and an animal. It's commonly believed that someone took this specific image and mashed it up with a chimpanzee, since you were able to mash up animals and humans together. This is definitely a possibility since the teeth look familiar to a chimpanzee. The facial hair could just be its fur poorly edited onto the person's face, and they can even have different colored eyes. However, this hasn't been confirmed and everything is still speculation at this moment. Now, I have never used Kai Power's Goo, but instead there was a program I used during elementary school when we were allowed to go to the computer labs, known as KidPix. From what I remember, there were some stickers of animals you can insert, but I think they were cartoon or animated. The reason I bring this up besides nostalgic reasons is because people have suggested that there could have been a default picture of an animal on Kai Power's Goo that could have been morphed together to create this image. The only problems with this is that you can only select pictures from your computer files, so there weren't any pre-made images that the users could use. At least that's what I've seen from videos showing the program. But by the looks of it, it definitely has to be a mashup between a human and some sort of other animal. First things first, I want to thank you, Ivan, for suggesting this image in the first place, and for discovering it. Ivan pretty much gave me all the information to me, so I'm super thankful for that. So this is the picture in question. What was this image and where did it come from? Ivan explained that he was scrolling on Twitter when he stumbled upon this post, and while the resemblance is clearly there, keep in mind this image has been on another subreddit before Ivan posted it on Internet Mysteries. However, no one saw too much of it because the uncropped image wasn't as popular. As for the one who took the image, that is still a mystery itself. This photo has become one of the most popular cursed images, and despite it not being as unsettling or weird compared to the others, it was still a mystery for many. A Reddit post was created asking if anyone knew something about where it was taken and who took the picture. Surprisingly, it didn't take that long for an answer as a Twitter link was shared that directed me to a Blame It on Jorge post, where the image makes an appearance. A user who goes by the name Dayton Gaming or ChangeOTX commented this. First one is me. Here's some other pics my mom took of me in the box. It was 7 or 8 years ago, so I was 15 or 16. Anyways, mystery solved. I think my mom has a video of me in it, but I have to ask her for it. He then shares an original post from 2016, when the image first became popular. If you made it to this point of the video, I just want to thank you so much for staying. First things first, I want to thank Jaden Salads for being part of this video and for honestly being the inspiration behind it. If you want to check out his channel, I'll leave that in the description down below and go show him some support. He's on the road to 100k and I'm just going to say this first, he's going to reach that this year. There's no doubt in my mind. Jaden, you're going to hit 100,000 subscribers and, you know, I'm happy for you. Also, I know I mentioned this in basically every video now and I always say the same thing, but I make ASMR videos now, so if that interests you, go check it out in the links in the description. Of course, if you're only interested in it, because I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of it, but if you are, go give me some pointers as I'm actually trying to improve on it and anything helps. Also, I have an official playlist I made for this video, so finally, it's all organized, you know, a bunch of you have been asking me to do that and I finally done it. This has been one of my longest ongoing series and I'm hoping it keeps on continuing because I'm not the best with series, as many of you know, but I actually genuinely enjoy making these videos and you guys seem to enjoy it, so it's basically a win-win for everyone. But yeah, that's the end of today's video. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But before you leave, don't leave yet. I just want to let you know I truly mean that. I truly hope you, yes you, have a great rest of your day. Alright, thank you guys and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.